everybody is surprised at the behavior of other leaders in the sub-region. They don't seem to care. And yesterday there were a few statements coming from the president of ECOWAS and others. And those statements were shocking. I mean, the president of ECOWAS actually issued a statement in which he said he's satisfied with what the Nigerian leader is doing to solve the problem. What has the Nigerian leader done to solve the problem? And the problem is not just Nigeria, the problem is throughout the continent. And perhaps that is why the leaders are not able to speak up. Because all of them are like Buhari. All of them are doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
Look at the situation in La Côte d'Ivoire. Look at what Alassane Ouattara is doing in La Côte d'Ivoire. A couple of days ago, vigilantes were sent onto the university campus in La Côte d'Ivoire. And students were beaten and so on. Somehow the students managed to organize a counter-attack, and 4 of the vigilantes were killed. The university has had to close down because students are vacated. And what is the reason for all of this? Alassane Ouattara, in flagrant violation of the Ivorian constitution, is insisting on running for a 3rd term. That may even have been tolerated. He's taking steps to ensure that all his opponents are crippled. Giron Soro, who he entered into an alliance with in order to capture power and so on, has virtually been driven out of La Côte d'Ivoire, cannot enter La Côte d'Ivoire because of some alleged politically motivated charges against him. Laurent Gbagbo, the previous leader, who has been tried by the International Criminal Court and found innocent, is still not allowed to enter La Côte d'Ivoire. Alassane Ouattara's government would not issue him with a passport to come back to La Côte d'Ivoire. And then in the midst of all this, Ghana's foreign minister goes to La Côte d'Ivoire and says if the opposition is not happy, they should stop the demonstrations and go to court. I mean, how can you say that? How can you say that? The right to demonstrate is a fundamental human right, and so on. These ECOWAS leaders sat down, they allowed their Malian counterpart to misbehave to the extent that he was toppled in a popular coup d'etat. You understand? And then they turned against the coup leaders and made a most illogical request that the coup leaders should appoint a civilian, and that if they appoint a civilian, then they will lift sanctions. What is that? The coup leaders then went and appointed a former defense minister who himself is an ex-soldier. They said, we are now happy with you, so we are lifting sanctions. What is this? The fundamental structure of government in Mali today has not changed. The military are in charge. They appointed the acting president and so on. So what is this rigmarole? What is this childish play, by ECOWAS leaders? What is this childish play by ECOWAS leaders? These ECOWAS leaders are failing their people. And what is happening in Nigeria should be a lesson to all of them. Because the people in the sub-region are beginning to realize that the neoliberal agenda does not work. It will not work in their interest, and they will replace the neoliberal order with something which works. You understand? I mean, the misbehavior of ECOWAS leaders is shocking. Completely shocking. Why open fire on peaceful demonstrators? And the estimate is that between 12 and 50 people may have died. I mean, this morning, Amnesty International is confirming 12 dead. Yesterday, eyewitness accounts placed the number of dead between 20 and 50, and so on. And then, look at the total confusion. The governor of Lagos State says that he doesn't know how the shooting occurred. He didn't order the security persons to go and shoot, and so on. The head of the police service says that, well, his men did not take part in the shooting. The army says that these people were not involved, and so on. So who were those in military camouflage uniforms who have been seen on video shooting and protesters? And the truth of the matter is that we will never get to know who gave the order. We will never get to know those vagabonds and so on who were in the street shooting innocent civilians. Because the state apparatus which is going to investigate. And increasingly, the state apparatus throughout West Africa is sending a clear signal that they are on the side of the oppressors. They are not on the side of the people. That's a huge problem. Anybody who thinks that bullets and blood can resolve the problems in Nigeria and the problems in West Africa is daydreaming. Our people would not be intimidated by bullets and blood. Our people want to build a just society in which the resources of our societies will be owned by the people and would be exploited for the benefit of our people. Nobody is going to get scared by hooligans, armed hooligans who are shooting into crowds of peaceful demonstrators. And let our leaders remember, our leaders should not forget, they should remember that we defeated classical colonialism. Mass mobilization defeated classical colonialism. In Ghana, or the Gold Coast, classical colonialism was defeated when the British establishment claimed to rule the waves. They ruled the waves, but they couldn't defeat us. You understand? French colonialism was defeated in West Africa. It was defeated throughout Africa. And the French had nuclear weapons. It couldn't stop and organize and determine people from exacting victory from their oppressors. And if our leaders represent the same colonial edifice, they will be defeated in much the same way that British colonialism was defeated. Our people are much, much stronger than any government in West Africa. Our people are much, much stronger than the Western government. The will of our people, their determination and organization would give them victory in this battle against underdevelopment and poverty. I'm scandalized by what is happening in Nigeria. And indeed, the leaders in West Africa appear to be supporting each other. They appear to be solidarizing with each other. They should watch the signals. The people of West Africa are also solidarizing with themselves. And I'm quite sure that the people of Ghana, the working people of Ghana, the unemployed people of Ghana, the underprivileged people of Ghana sympathize with their Nigerian counterparts, and they sympathize with their counterparts in La Côte d'Ivoire. The revolution in West Africa is only beginning, and it will happen.